Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Modeling League's Chaos Cup. It's week 5, the penultimate week of regular play. Clavius, thank you very much for the bits. SP Beaver and Doug the Minotaur, thank you so much for the subs. I very much appreciate it. It's very kind of you guys. And welcome tonight. We got a good one tonight. Boy, oh boy, tonight it's going to be a bashy game. The Dead Poets versus Nuffle to see here. S Beaver versus Clypheus. Undead versus Chaos. Chosen. Let's take a look at the standings going into this second to last week of regular play in the first competition already. In first place, Richard Cranium, undefeated with his Dwarven team. I want to be like Doug, 4-0-0 is their record. Nick Satan climbing the ladder into second place after the end of week 4. His Lizard team is 3-0-1, and in third place, Nevagana's Orc team, Chimes team, 3-0-1 is their record tonight. S Beaver and Clypheus are going to be duking it out. S Beaver looking for the first win this competition. Clypheus looking for the third. Clypheus can climb the ladder here pretty significantly. S Beaver just looking to get a win, get some SPP, and probably working for next for the next competition. But you know what? Anything can happen. First up, the home team, the Dead Poets, coming in a TV of 1,180,000 gold tonight. They've got a full roster of 11 players, and you can see S Beaver been doing a real good job of leveling up his players and putting them, getting that SPP right where he wants it. He has 2 ghoul runners that are blodgers. He's picked up Sure Hands on number 7. He's got Tackle on Morrison, which will not be in play this evening, but Guard on both of these mummies as well. This is killer. This is a great ride. He picked up an extra reroll too. You know that was unnecessary. Picked up an extra reroll. He's got 4 rerolls, 2 dedicated fans. He's going to be up against Clypheus tonight. Clypheus is Nuffle to see here, Chaos Chosen Team. Clypheus, the Season 2 champion, coming in a TV of 950,000 gold. However, they're going to be down 2 players this evening. They'll have to pick up 2 of those journeymen. That'll bring them up to 1,070,000 gold in effective team value tonight. He is losing one of his Mighty Blow players. That is a big loss. However, he does have this level 2 chosen blocker, Proprioception. He's picked up Claw. Claw treats all AV on a block as if it's an 8+. He still has Mighty Blow and Keratitis, the number 12 Beastman Runner, and then of course he's got block on Blepharospasm, number 8. How do these 2 teams play tonight? Boy, I think on paper this favors the Dead Poets. The Dead Poets, they've got 4 players with block. They've got 2 of these mummies with guard. If these mummies can stick together, they are effectively strength 6 mummies with Mighty Blow. That is an absolute nightmare to deal with. Those mummies can really control the pitch. They can start removing players. Those white blitzers, along with those 2 blodger ghoul runners, can be a real difficult contingent to deal with, especially when, as the opposition, Clypheus doesn't have a whole lot of block. He has 1 player with the block skill. Dead Poets with 4, that's going to make their blocks much more safer. In fact, much more safe. But in fact, all these skills here on the Dead Poets keep these players safe, right? You've got Guard, you've got Blodgers, you got Sure Hands for that reroll on the pickup. This is a solid roster at this TV level, I think, for Undead. I think, again, S Beaver's done a really good job of spreading out his SPP and getting these skills where he needs it to be. Tackle's not going to be in play tonight. That is wasted. Well, it's not a waste, obviously. He's in a league format, but in terms of tonight's matchup, that's wasted TV. That's a skill that's costing him TV, and he can't use tonight. Clypheus is going to need every edge he can get. These zombies, the likely target for Clypheus, but they have regen. It could be for nothing if he gets a casualty on a zombie. These ghoul runners, of course, with an AV of 8, these, if they can get knocked down, I think we'll see Clypheus going for a foul on these. Only a pal's going to knock them down. If you can knock them down, It's an AV 8+ to break armor. If you can get just 1 assist on that foul, that brings it to an AV of 7+. You've just gone from not bad odds, but not in your favor, to odds that are now in your favor to break armor. So I wouldn't be surprised that if a ghoul gets knocked down, a ghoul's going to get stomped in the face on the foul. Clypheus tonight really, really, really has to play around a couple of pieces. And that's going to be his claw player, that's going to be his block player, that's going to be his mighty blow player. Claw can be used in a number of different ways. Remember, if he gets that block, it's AV8, straight up. So that's really, really good against strong players like the mummies. If he can knock down the mummies only have an MA of 3. You knock them down, they're doing nothing but standing up next turn unless they want to take a rush. And forcing your player to roll dice, that's a good tactic. If he can chew through those 4 rerolls, he could be in good shape. If he can get removals, he'll be in good shape. Mighty Blow can help him with that. Claw can help him get the knockdown. Block is also safe as well. Strength 4, the problem with that is that the 2 mummies, if they stay grouped up, you're going to need 2 assists just to get the 1-die block. And that can be tricky because when you're talking about 2 players who stand next to each other, you're probably only going to get 2 assists. So regardless, I think we'll see Clypheus really choose how to use this blocker carefully. I don't think he's just gonna, go ham with him. I think he's gonna deliberately point out players on the pitch, and maybe that is a mummy. Maybe he says, you know what, I'm going after this mummy, I'll take the 1 die here. If I get the knockdown, I'm in good shape. If he gets a knockdown on a mummy, that could be really huge because then S. Beaver has to think about what's going to happen with those 2 mummies. That knockdown mummy has to stand up. Or when they stand up, they have to rush if they're going to do anything. Maybe they're not going to do anything. Maybe that means the other mummy is moving away, and now that mummy that was knocked down has lost his guard friend, his guard buddy. He's now down to a strength of 5. That could be an option for Clypheus tonight. Clypheus, of course, can go after the ghouls if he can get a block on them, that is. The zombies are always easy targets. They're there to mark players, but that's still a removal. If you can get a zombie off the pitch, you get a removal, that's good for you. Clypheus has to play around these 3 pieces tonight. That's going to be how he wins this game. I have absolutely no idea how he's going to pull it off. I think on paper, S. Beaver has this game tonight, but as we all know, Blood Bowl is not just about the pieces on your roster. It's not just about the skills you have. It's about you as a coach. It's about knowing probability. It's about knowing strategy, knowing tactics, knowing when to go for the roll, knowing when to hold back, knowing when not to take the block, knowing what spaces on the pitch you want your players to be. Clypheus, again, he's a league champion. He was a season 2 champion. We've seen him win time and time again. S. Beaver, even though he has the roster, the solid roster, I think he needs to be careful and not get overconfident tonight, or else he's going to find himself losing players and then be in trouble. 3 rerolls, 4 Nuffle to see here, 4 for the Dead Poets. We'll see if the coaches are ready to go, and then we'll get this game underway. Thursday night Blood Bowl. Both coaches are in Discord, so we'll head on over to Not Cabal TV. Check out this game. I love the custom pitches so much, man. I love all the customization options in this game. Is this a Skaven pitch? Is that what this is? No, this is an orc. That's orcs. Thank you, Alexa. I will not forget to take out the trash cans. Five fan factor for the Dead Poets tonight. 4 for Nuffle to see here. Yeah, with those 2 journeymen at 120k, it's 110k in petty cash going to the Dead Poets tonight. We'll see how they want to spend it. It does have, I'm sorry, for Nuffle to see here, it's 110k. don't know. I don't know what you take, honestly. Let's see what star players are available. Not that he can afford any. I don't know. I think maybe I'd go with a bribe. I'd go with a bribe to try to get those ghouls off the pitch. Enough to see here to pick up 2 journeymen that brought their TV up to 100, an extra 120k. Looks like he went with the extra team training instead. Now we'll see here wins the coin toss. We'll see if they're on offense or defense to start with. All right, Nuffle to see here is going to be on offense to start this game. So they picked up the extra reroll. They have 4 rerolls for this game. Dead Poet's setting up an anchor defense. They have those 2 mummies on the line. I would like to see those grouped up. And then he has the two ghouls right here on the inside. Pulling the 2 corners in. They're going to be right off the line here, right behind the mummies. And pulling the 2 ghouls back into the safety position. Well, you know who you're cheering for. PX and ZS, welcome to the stream. You're not late at all. All right, so he's going to keep a 3-man defensive line here. He's keeping these mummies separate here. This means he's going to try to control more pitch with them, but that's going to bring their TV down effectively to 5. What he's doing here is he's bringing the zombies strength down to 5. He's bringing the zombie strength up to 4. I'm sorry, 5, because they're both guard. We can find out. There you go. MAML to the rescue. 3-man offensive line here for Caiaphas's Nuffle to see here so far. He's got Kingor really wide over the left side. 4 players on the line now. Sterignosis back to receive. Kingor. Oh, it's a journeyman. I was like, that is not an eye disease nor an eye illness, no, of any sort. It's not a syndrome. Sterignosis back to receive. Prosopagnosia back to receive here as well, or he's in the halfback position. So 3-man line, strong on the right side, but really spread apart. Here's the kick, shallow kick. It's a pitch invasion. Oh boy. Prosopagnosia gets knocked down. Proprioception knocked down. Keratitis knocked down. Oh, Nuffle. Nuffle has it in here for Nuffle to see here. It sounds like they've taken his name in vain. Turn 1 now for this Chaos Chosen team. Deciding how he's going to keep this ball safe after these 3 stuns on the kickoff event. Probably pull a couple of players, at least a couple of players back. So with the whites so far back, they're not too much of a threat. You can see this is how far they can get. Going for the 2-die blitz on Alexander. Got a pal here. All of these linemen have horns. That means if they take a blitz, you can treat their strength as a 4 instead of a 3. Proof Nuffle doesn't like claw. Gets the knockdown there. Doesn't break armor. Looks like he might be trying to form a cage over in the right wide zone on the 2-yard line. Going for the pickup here. 3+ pickup works out. Advances to his own 6-yard line. Not caging up. He's just trying to control some of the pitch here. Takes a mark over in the left wide zone against the number 16 lineman. Pulled a couple of players back, and that's it. Turn 1 back to the Dead Poets. I heard there's some sort of big game going on Sunday. Is that like a Blood Bowl game or something? Is that like Orcs versus Vamps or something? Some sort of great dish. I don't know. I can't remember what it is. 2-die blitz to get things started by this right defensive tackle. Harrison, the number 1 mummy, gets a pal here. He has Mighty Blow. Can't break armor. Takes a mark on the ball carrier. Moves Lennon, the number 2 mummy, forward. Takes a mark on Kingor and Strabismus. Kingor, the number 6 journeyman. It's loosely played. I think it's like Blood Bowl where like it's not too bloody or something. It's kind of lame, I think. Like I hear they wear like pads and stuff. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We get a 2-die block on conjunctivitis. Gets a knockdown here. Breaks armor. Got a stun out of it. Let's see if he can convert off that stun. Dead Poets into bonus time. 7 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock for the rest of the game on that bonus clock. Turn 2 back to Nuffle to see here. Ball's in the hand of that chosen blocker. Strength 4 player, but he's currently marked. AG 3+. Block's going to be taken on Harrison at some point here. Stand up block. 2-die block. Gets a push on Harrison. He'll push him off to the left. We'll see if he follows up here or not. He may not. He's going to decide to follow up. That frees up the ball carrier, number 2. Two-die block over in the wide zone. Gets a block. Gets a pal against Alexander. Alexander taking it like a champ. He gets knocked down. He gets back up again. 25 seconds left on the clock. In turn 2 for Nuffle to see here. They have all 4 of their rerolls. Trying to figure out where they want this ball to end up. Every remaining player is marked save for Myopia, and he's going to be the front right cover for the ball carrier. Tries a dodge again. Tries to dodge away from Lennon here. Fails the dodge. He won't spend the reroll. That'll be a turnover. Turn 2 for the Dead Poets. Dead Poets have to be careful here. They took that block with Harrison and followed up, but now they're finding this mummy really being pulled out of position, and it could be tough to get him back on the ball. Must be rough having a strict 3 cage. Shifts the safeties over to the right. Two-die block gets a knockdown against Strabismus. He's looking for a 9+. Doesn't get it. Dead Poets can't just protect this area here. They've got to protect all this area here as well, because this ball carrier can move here, can move here. Players can come in to cover. Boy, I gotta be real careful with my drawings. 25 seconds left for the Dead Poets. They're shifting to the right here. They've taken a mark on proprioception. Still have the mummy to move, still have the blitz on the table. Mummy blitz. Rushes to get a 2-die blitz on the number 4 journeyman. Got a pal here. 8+ with Mighty Blow. Can't break armor. Now a 2-die block on proprioception. Gets a pal. Now you can follow up, and those mummies are finally together. The way they're supposed to be. The way they've always wanted to be. And marking the front of this the front of this half cage over in the right wide zone. 2-die block over in the left. He'll get a push out of this. Looks like he's really deciding if he wants to re-roll this or not. I don't know if it's worth the time on the clock. Gets a push out. Follows up turn 3. Back to Nuffle to see here. BB Nut, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Yeah, triple header. I was working when that happened. I was like, oh, all right. Guess it's gonna be Monday. I'll be surprised if we get all 3 games. Like, my fear is like we'll get like the first game, and then we'll get the second game at like turn 6. And then third game it turned like 11 or something. I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. Under a minute to play here for Nuffle to see here. No rerolls spent by either team. Rushes Prosopagnosia up to the line to get the 2-die block on Morrison. He gets a knockdown here. Well done. And follows up. 10 seconds to go for Nuffle to see here. Blitz still on the table. They take a 2-dive block over on the left side of the line. They'll get a knockdown here. Follow up, and now they're marking McKernan. Stands up Gaffney. Number 4 Journeyman. Back into bonus time for Nuffle to see here. Blitzing right on the sideline. Double pals against the number 14 lineman. And then moves that ball carrier right back into protection. Look, I know there's lots of other things that are more important, but I would think it would be so sick if Cyanide puts in like a ticker for like other league games going on while you're playing your game. That'd be, oh man, that'd be rad. Another failed dodge here. Decides to re-roll this one to get a little more protection on the ball carrier. One dive block against Spain, number 13 lineman. It's a knockdown, no armor break here. Up to see here, down to 6 minutes, 12 seconds in bonus time. Turn 3 to the Dead Poets. You know what, Cyanide? Sign a contract with me. I'll do it for free. I'll have the feature. Minute 30 seconds left in turn 3. Dead Poets on defense. Both mummies finding themselves behind the ball, but they're close by. Remember, those mummies only have an MA of 3. It is very hard for them to move around, especially if they get knocked down. And really, honestly, especially on this pitch, I mean, this is just a tripping hazard everywhere. Man, league commissioners should do something about this. That Poet setting up a column to cover the right sideline. Two-die block. On the Journeyman. He's going to get a push out of this. There's a pitch on a boat? Are you kidding? Decides not to follow up here. He's opened up a hole for Harrison. Oh, that's right! You're right! I forgot about that. It's got like the Kraken or whatever. Two-die blitz gets a pal against Blepharospasm. Gonna follow up here. Breaks armor. It's KO unless the Apothecary is spent. I imagine he won't be, and that's the first removal of the game. One-man player advantage for the Dead Poets. That's so cool. It's just so cool. I love stuff like that. 3+ dodge by Morrison. And that blitzer is going to fill in the rear of the column. 3 players in this column in the right wide zone now. Turn 4 for Nuffle to see here. Dead Poets exerting tackle zones here, here, and here. Nuffle to see here, committing early, right from turn 1 to this right wide zone. SB Beaver taking advantage of this and trying to shut down this forward movement. He's encircling the offense. He's trying to hold on to this pitch control and try to force them into into rolling dice that they don't want to roll. Two-die block on McKernan. Can't break armor. Still has a 2-die on the number 16 lineman. Still has his blitz as well. He's going to blitz with someone with the block seal. He'll probably do that first. I don't see where the blocker is. Oh, because he was removed. 2-die blitz on the mummy. Gets a push here. Proprioception. The blitzer, he has claw. Remember, if he gets a knockdown, it's you treat the AV. That AV goes from a 10 to an 8. Shifts the ball back to mid-pitch. Ball now on the 6-yard line of Nuffle to see here. There's that 2-die block on the left side of the line. Gets the knockdown. And a good dodge to tighten up this cage. Final turn of the first quarter. The Dead Poets on defense. Nuffle to see here did cross the line of scrimmage for a few turns. They've retreated back to their own half. So far, Dead Poets holding down the pitch. Good defense. Nuffle to see here has been trying to pull players out of position. They've had no real success so far. And now the Dead Poets say, fine, you're back to center pitch. I'm going to reposition my safeties. Joplin, the number 7 Ghoul Blodger, who's over in the left wide zone. Both those ghouls with an MA of 7. Two-die block on Strabismus here. Gets a push out of it. It's a zombie marking the ball carrier. Dead Poets continuing to keep pressure on this ball. Boot polish demands death. Fresh or previously dead. Fresh or frozen, I don't care. Two-die block spins a reroll here into a double pow on proprioception. This is the claw blocker. Mighty blow in play. This could make it a 9+ to break armor. And there it is! Great use of the mummy and mighty blow there to get rid of one of these skilled players. There's not a lot of them on this team, and now the Dead Poets have removed 2 of them. Blocker, gone. Claw player, gone. SB were really doing a fantastic job so far against this former champion. Yeah, that was strength 4 player with claw. Big get for S. Beaver. Turn 5, second quarter begins. Nuffle to see here on their own 6-yard line. They're down 2 players, and they still have 2 journeymen on the pitch. They're going to get things started with a 2-die block against that number 16 zombie over on the left side of the line, and they got a KO. 1-man player advantage for the Dead Poets now. Nuffle to see here. Might be trying to cage up on the opposing 4-yard line. Set up a line of protection. I have eaten something like 4 apples today. Another failed dodge, this time with the ball carrier. Spent the reroll, failed it again. That ball's gonna land on the 6-yard line. Dead Poets have an opportunity here to recover this ball. Wow, that sounds awesome. I mean, that just sounds like a ton of fun. Two-die block against the number 4 Journeyman. He's gonna get a knockdown. Yeah, good luck. Take pictures. I love events like that, man. Two mummies on this ball. Mummy and a zombie. Diagnosis still a threat. Dead Poets are going to try to recover this ball and get away from this blocker. Pull in the number 7 Ghoul, pulls him off of safety duties. Now he's coming in on this ball. The very best secret plans are the ones that involve fouls. Are the ones that involve breaking the rules. 2-9 block, it's a pal here against the number 6 Journeyman. Looking for a 9+ to break armor. Can't do it. Dead Poets back into bonus time. 5 minutes, 7 seconds left on the clock. They still haven't gone up this ball, and they still have their blitz. Go for the ball pickup here. 3+ pickup. Good pickup. And then moved off of that blocker. Got it in the hands of Hendricks. This is the level 2 Ghoul rather than the level 3 Ghoul who has sure hands. That's awesome though. That's so great. I used to play X-Wing competitively, and I just love stuff like that. Like I remember, so I'm in the States. I remember driving down to North Carolina to participate in a competition, and it was just, man, I absolutely adored that game, much the way I adore this one. And I have such fond memories of like just lots of competitions. And Old Gamer Mike, welcome to the stream. Yes, I agree. I absolutely agree. When 2.0 came out, not to derail this game, but when 2.0 came out, I was excited because 1.0, yeah, you know, version 1, first edition had its problems. Manaroo. But when 2.0 came out, I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. You know, I was one of X-Wing's biggest proponents, but 2.0 feels like Yahtzee. It just feels like Yahtzee to me. Dude, I block on the right side of the line, gets a push. Welcome to the stream, B.1234. BB Nuts says, I never played X-Wing, but I played Game of Thrones LCG and Netrunner, so I'd see a lot of X-Wing players at the National and Euro events. Yeah, man, I love Netrunner too. I didn't play Netrunner competitively, but I really love that game. Two-die block, it's a push on Morrison. This is the number 4 Blitzer. Again, that Blitzer has the tackle skill that is not going to be in effect tonight. Yeah, Netrunner's so clever. So clever. I mean, I have a ton of Netrunner cards, but they're all in a storage room in the basement, except right when it was about to go out of print, or I guess it wasn't out of print, but when they weren't supporting it anymore, I bought one more base box, and I keep that in my game room so I can just pull out Netrunner and just kind of play like a vanilla game of Netrunner with people who've never played before. Because I love it so much. I want it on my shelf. Turn 6 for the Dead Poets. 2-die block here after recovering the ball. They're going to get a PAL on Sterignosis. That shows him blocker. Going to get knocked right back down. P.1 did me worse. Did you just say game room? I did. And there goes the ball carrier, Hendrix, the number 8 Ghoul Runner. Travels all the way down the right wide zone to the, let's see, 6, 10, 18-yard line. Thank you, Boot Polish. And now SB is to mark all the threats so that this Ghoul can score next turn. I really liked L5R too, Legend of the Five Rings, but it's just such a long game. I never played that competitively either, but I really enjoyed L5R. BB says, no offense to SB, but would this be a bit of an upset going by the standings? It would. It would. Clypheus, or Nuffle to see here, currently in 7th place. Dead Poets have yet to get their first win. Clypheus also Season 2 champion. Oh, Giver Mike. I love L5R. Yeah, L5R was awesome. Dead Poet's really thinking here about what to do with these mummies. 4 minutes left in bonus time. Remember, that's not for the half. That is for the entire game. Yeah, Nuffle to see here started off with 2 journeymen. I think that's fair enough. I mean, I've never played a Game of Thrones, or not the LCG anyway. But I get that. You know, I understand that. I totally understand that. Moves one of these mummies. Moving to white now. He's down to 3 minutes, 17 seconds in bonus time. And now going for the blitz. Rush blitz on Myopia. 3-die blitz gets the PAL here. 8+ with Mighty Blow. Doesn't break armor, but follows up. We'll see if this will be enough. Turn 7 for Nuffle to see here. Prosopagnosia can take a double rush blitz. There's the dodge. Here it comes. Fails the first rush. He'll spend a reroll. There's the second one. 2-die blitz. It's going to be a dodge push unless he rerolls this. He does. He rolls it into a push. He'll push onto the sideline. Well done. Took the dodge double rush blitz. Looking for that PAL. Didn't get it, but now he's got a mark on the sideline. Breaks armor back in no man's land. Yeah, I don't play any card games at the moment. I liked yeah, Blodge is great. Blodge is absolutely great. I played Oh, I've already forgotten the name of it. The Star Wars card game with the dice. Destiny. I played that for a little bit. I thought that was fun. Doom Trooper. I'm not familiar with Doom Trooper. You know what I missed out on, and I wish I didn't? The 40K LCG was Conquest, I think. Oh man, I love BattleTech. Two-die block, it's a knockdown on McKernan. Can't break armor. Turn 7 for the Dead Poets now. Yeah. Thankfully, I got my copy of Forbidden Stars, like right when it came out. All right, first up is a two-die block against Myope. He has 3 rerolls here, so he can take these blocks in relative ease. Trying to get a block on Stereognosis so he can free up Joplin. Two-die block. Where do you take this? From this side? Oh, why did he fall up here? He could take the block with the mummy. Oh, he'll just bring in the white. Fair enough. Brings in the white. There's the two-die. Two-die blitz to score here. Oh, block. Oh, block. There it is. Well done. 1-0. Not going to get back the KO'd zombie. Nuffle to see here is going to get back the KO'd Beastman though. So that's going to be 10v10 on the pitch. Dead Poets on defense once again here. They're in good shape for the second half. They'll be on offense in the second half. They're in the lead currently. There'll be 1 turn left unless there's a timeout. Excellent, excellent first half by the Dead Poets. They didn't overextend on defense. They said, you know what? I'm going to stay in front of the cage. I've got my secondary in place. Oh, you've committed to a wide zone. You've limited your movement options. Now I'm going to close down on your offense. I'm going to force you to either roll dice you don't want to roll or retreat. Nuffle to see here retreated. S. Beaver corrected. He said, all right, I'm going to reset my secondary. I've still got my mummies at center pitch. I'm going to bash, bash, bash. Fight, fight, fight. Make your roll dice. You fail the die roll. I converted. I score. Really well done. On the quick snap here. Get 6 players to move. Roll the 3 on the D3. Plus an additional 3 players. Let's move all these players 1 space. As you can see, you can cross the line of scrimmage with a quick snap. That's totally legal. With 1 turn left, really not much Nuffle to see here can do, but try to get some SPP on the board. Maybe get player advantage for the second draw or the second half of the game. Dota Bro, welcome to the stream, and thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. 1 minute, 24 seconds left on the clock here in turn 8. Nuffle to see here is behind. They will be on defense to start the second half of this game. Life is taking his time, trying to decide what blocks he's going to take. He's not going to be able to score here. Dodabro, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. No rerolls left for Nuffle to see here. Gonna go in on the blitz on the blodger, but failed to rush. Rush blitz, failed the rush on the blodger. It would have been a tough block regardless. It'll be a 2-die block against that block and dodge. Turn 8 now, final turn of the first half. Old Gamer Mike asks, you can use more than one reroll a turn now. Yes, you can in the BB 2020 rules. You still can't reroll a single die pool more than once, but you can spend more than one team reroll on a turn. Deadbro asks, how have your games been? The games have been great. I love Blood Bowl. Hey! Another injury by the Mummy. Chalk it up. Chalk that SPP up. Mummies are dangerous. Got the 3-die block. Mighty blow in play. Yeah, I'm not playing tonight. I'm just commentating tonight. Takes a block on conjunctivitis. Still moving players. Got the assist for the block against the number 6 Journeyman. BB Not asked, do you never stream your games in the league? I do. I do stream my games in the league. Sometimes I don't, and I won't be this week, but I do stream them. Much to the great enjoyment of everyone watching when I'm not paying attention to the game. I have set up on offense when I was on defense. I have misclicked. I have run out of time. Oh, it's a fun time. Did I block in the right wide zone? Gets a foul. We don't need to talk about it. 1-0. Dead Poets in the lead here. They'll be on offense to start the second half of this game. Still not going to get back to KO. They'll be at 10 players. But they will have a 1-man player advantage over Nuffle to see here, who will be at 9. Nuffle to see here is first time at defense now. Currently setting up with a 3-man defensive line. 4-man on the line. 4 players on the line. 2 in either wide zone. Sterignosis back in the safety position, but I'm sure that will be changed up momentarily. Probably going to pull these blockers into a linebacker position. PB Nut says this is not looking good for Nuffle to see here. It is not. It is not. We talked in the pregame about how, at least I thought on paper, that S. Beaver and the Dead Poets had it, but he needed to not sort of rest on the laurels of his roster, and he hasn't. To his credit, he really hasn't. He's been cautious, he's been deliberate, and he really played a first good half there. Nothing to see here with 2 in either wide zone. Wide 3-man defensive line, 2 linebackers, and now 5-man line for the Dead Poets. Dodabro says, I played against dwarves as elves twice during my stream. The first time the dwarves had their death roller on offense, and the second time the dwarves had 7 guard and 8 mighty blow. That is terrifying. I play dwarves this week. I play dwarves this week. I play the undefeated dwarven team this week. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun, though. No. I'm not playing a dwarven team. I'm playing against dwarves. Oh boy, free bribes. Let's go. Let's go with the fouls. Old Gamer Mike says, well, Dead Poets are using a lot of time. Hope it doesn't hurt in the end. I mean, that's a very good point. They're down to 2 minutes 51 seconds on the bonus clock. If they run out of that time, then they are stuck at 2 minutes per turn. 2-die block on the right side of the line here. He spread this line out 2-2 and 2. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It'll be fun regardless. 2-die blitz with Lennon, the number 2 mummy, gets a push here. Moving that mummy way down pitch. Decides not to follow up. I think that's a good decision. That's right, Signor Sloop. They're stuck at BB2. They're stuck to the old ways. Hey man, you get a 2-2 tie against dwarves. I'd be happy with that. 2-die 2-2. That's a lot. Gets a push against Klingor, the number 6 Kingor, the number 6 journeyman. Advances that other mummy forward. He's taking a mark on Sterignosis and Thane. That assist will give him a 2-die block here for Thane, which then frees up Alexander. Remember, both these mummies have guard. That means they're always lending an assist, no matter whether they're marked or not. Three plus pickup with sure hands with Joplin, the number 7 blodging runner, ghoul runner. Segnor's Loop says, just played a ladder game against dwarves, and it begs the question, why aren't we all playing dwarves? Because we have standards and morals. Pulls the number 5 white blitzer back. We'll pull the other blitzer back as well to cover the ball carrier, and turn 9 back to Nuffle to see here now. No, I mean, yeah, they're good. They're good. I don't think they're broken or anything. They're just really solid. They're slow, right? That's their big hang up, is that they're just really slow. Dwarves are the worst. 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus. Wow. That's like. Hey man, a win's a win. Congratulations, Signors Loop. Yeah. So in this version of the game, as opposed to Blood Bowl 2, the clock is always running. So it runs during every animation. It's always running. So it's really fast. It feels like, it doesn't just feel like, but it literally, your turns are much faster. Failed the rush here. He'll spend the reroll. Rush blitz. Has to reroll again. This time gets the knockdown. Nuffle to see here, just like that, down to 2 rerolls. Rerolled a rush. Rerolled the blitz dice to keep the drive alive. Got a stun out of it. We'll see if he can capitalize on that stun. That player will be out for a turn, and then next turn they're down to half movement. It costs 3 MA to stand up. They have an MA of 6. That means they get 3 points of action, not including rushes. I blinked and all of a sudden they were an elf coach. We saw, was it last season? It must have been last season, yeah. We saw a dwarf team with a full pitch, a full 26 space touchdown. Maybe it was 25, but it was the whole length of the pitch. In one turn. Gets a knockdown on Jones here. Turn 10, back to the Dead Poets now. They currently have the ball on the 16-yard line. On their own 16-yard line, I should say. These three beastmen applying pressure to this ghoul. Caiaphas with the heavy pressure here. The day I learned dwarves can pass. We all learned lessons that day. I genuinely love stuff like that though. I mean, speaking of like competitions, like I love watching like people play well and like learning things or seeing like really cool stuff happen. I really enjoy that. Two-die block in the left wide zone is a push against Myopia. I want to push Myopia away. What changed for Vamps again that buffed them? Oh, you don't need a thrall at the end of your movement, right? Ball advances to the Dead Poets' own 2-yard line. He rushes right behind the ball carrier with the second dual runner, Hendricks. Two-die blitz with the number 2 Mummy. Doesn't get a whole lot out of it. One-die block against Prosopagnosia. This will work out. Do the block skill. Well done. Yeah, the Dead Poets just have so many more skills. They have 4 players with block as opposed to 1 by Nuffle to see here. Nuffle to see here really just came into this game with 3 players with skills. A claw player, a mighty blow player, and a block player. The claw player is off the pitch. And the block player was off the pitch for effectively the entire first half. Oh, Vamps get a big guy? What do they get? Turn 10, the Dead Poets down to 1 minute, 37 seconds left on that bonus clock. They need to be careful. If they really need that time each turn, then they're going to have to rethink their turns going into the 4th quarter. Two-die block gets a foul in the left wide zone. Gets a KO. Well done. KO right out of the gate. Two-die blitz on the ball carrier here. Spends the reroll. Going after that blodger is really tough. He got a double push, spent the reroll, and it's going to be a dodge push. Those blodgers are annoying. And then if you have blodge and sidestep, they're super duper annoying because then it's real tough to set up the chain block on them. Went in hard on the blitz here. Nuffle to see here down to 1 reroll for the game. Breaks armor against a zombie here. Got a KO. Two-die block against that ghoul runner yet again. Spends... what? Spends the final team reroll. One die block over on the right side of the pitch. Gets a both down result here. Spent... oh boy. Spent 3 rerolls on that turn and now no rerolls left for Nuffle to see here. Yes, Sector Sloop says, I just noticed SP Beaver has all the rerolls. I know, right? He normally goes through them all in the first 2 turns. He's been having a great day here tonight. I'm not picking on S. Beaver. He's... I'm just reiterating what he has said. All right, setting up into a scrum here at center pitch. 2-die block to the right of the ball carrier. Re-rolls into a push. Two-die block. Man, is he going to re-roll again? He is going to re-roll again into another push. The Dead Poet's now down to 2 re-rolls. Nuffle to see here is fine with all of this. After a dodge, he's opened up a lane for Joplin. There's that dodge. There he goes. Well done. Carries the ball all the way to the opposing 14-yard line in the right wide zone. And now, just like the first half, he just needs to mark players and keep them from being a pest for 1 turn. If he could throw some dice in between potential blitzers and the ball carrier, then that is great. Gets a KO over in the left wide zone. Because then then it's a blodger. I mean, with no rerolls left. 2-die block gets a pal here against Prosop Ignotia. Boy, oh boy. Can't break armor. 8v8 on the pitch. Nuffle to see here. Once again, falling behind this ball carrier. That's right. Who cares about loner if you can't re-roll anything? Dead Poets looking for their first win this season. First win in this competition. If you're new to the league has 4 competitions this season, 3 of which are opens. They're open to anyone who wishes to play. And the 4th is an invitational. The 3 champions from each competition will be invited to the Blood Bowl as well as each of the runners-up. The runners-up will advance in the lower bracket. The champions will advance in the upper bracket. The lower bracket will duke it out until there's 1 remaining. They will then advance to the upper bracket to play against the champions. And then the winner of that will be declared season champion. This is the first competition of the season. This is the Chaos Cup. Spike Magazine Trophy will be up after this. We have 2 weeks of 2 weeks of regular play left in the Chaos Cup before the cut to top 4. Oh, I love it. I love it when a rush fails. Rushing is what GFI, it used to be called a GFI or Go For It. It's called a rush now. You can move your movement allowance up to your movement allowance when you move. In this case, it would be an MA of 6 for this Beastman, plus 2 additional spaces, barring certain skills like sprint. In each additional space, you have to roll a d6. So long as you don't roll a 1, you're A-okay. But if you roll a 1, you fall down, and you have to make an armor roll. Dead Poet's just going to score here. And why not? They're going to increase their lead by 1. 2-0. The Dead Poets increase their lead. Very well done by S. Beaver. Boy, oh boy. Says, you know what? Why not just tiptoe into the end zone? The win tonight, the Dead Poets will most likely advance into 10th place here in Week 5. But perhaps more importantly for S. Beaver, is he's picking up SPP, and he's hitting this team out for later in the season. S. Beaver once again setting this team up with 2 players in either wide zone, 3 players on the defensive line, 2 safeties in those ghoul runners. Partially because they're so fast, partially because he doesn't want to lose them. They're the only players on his team that don't have regen. Nuffle see here currently in an arrow formation. They're giving up that line. They don't want to go toe-to-toe with his mummies. And Jones, who is effectively a strength 5 currently. Deciding to put 4 on the line here. Still giving up center pitch. Neither player using a bribe. I'm sad. I'm disappointed. Nuffle to see here. We'll have 1 turn left in the 3rd quarter, and then it'll be the 4th quarter. They're down 2 touchdowns with no rerolls left. Boy, they've just had a rough. Credit where credit is due. S. Beavers have been playing a bang-up game. No pun intended. They've been doing a real good job here tonight. First kick. Deep kick. All right. All right. Dead Poets got the brilliant coaching kickoff event. They won the roll. They have another reroll. 3 rerolls for the Dead Poets. Nuffle to see here is gonna have none. Oh boy, you have upset Nuffle, Clypheus. 2-9 block. Did he doesn't even have assistant coaches, right? Yeah, just won the roll off. Good knockdown on that mummy. So knocking down the mummies can be huge. These mummies, again, with MA of 3, all they can do is stand up. Otherwise, they have to rush. Takes 2 marks over in the left wide zone against McKernan, the number 15 zombie. Also has a mark on Cobain, the blitzer. 2-die blitz. He's got 2 dice there because of horns. You get a knockout on Alexander. Horns gives you a +1 to your strength so long as you're blitzing. And all of the beastmen have it, so he doesn't really need to choose his blitzer in that regard. He does want to take it with Blepharospasm simply because he has the block skill, and that makes it safer. Now 3+ pickup. Good pickup by Prosopek Nosia, the number 5 beastman. Advances the ball forward to the 12-yard line. 4th and final quarter of this game begins. The Dead Poets with 3 re-rolls. 1 minute, 21 seconds left on the bonus clock. They are in the lead 2-0. First order of business is more than likely going to be to stand up that mummy unless he has a rush in mind. Oh, Gamer Mike asked, is pushing into the crowd still a good move? It's a great move. Yeah, it's guaranteed removal. Yeah, it's fantastic. So he did decide to rush with that mummy. Good rush, takes a mark on King Or, the number 6 journeyman. Yeah, in fact, I would argue the better coaches see crowd surfs more easily. They're able to set them up. There was a coach, Dead Fred, last season who had the most brilliant crowd surf setup that I've ever seen in my entire life. It was so good. He was playing a Wood Elf team and just had this crazy like chain block to get a surf. It was so good. It was so good. Two-die block over in the left wide zone. Gets a knockdown here against Keratitis. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. Stunned the mighty blow Beastman. Dead Poets picking their targets very well here. Setting up for a potential surf against Keratitis. Keratitis probably tries to dodge away next turn just so he can get off that sideline. Otherwise, he's going to lay prone. And with both sides having a bribe, and that being the mighty below Beastman, I don't think he wants to lay there. Unfortunately, he's going to be there for a turn stun, so we might see the foul regardless on Keratitis. Minute 5 seconds left. Blitz declared. Two-die blitz. Gets a push here. That's all he can do. He does not have a reroll. Pushes away so he can reposition Myopia to get the two-die block on Alexander in the right wide zone. He'll have a block skill this time. Move the ball carrier forward as well. Gets the knockdown. Probably wanted something a little better out of it, but decided I'll take the knockdown. That ball carrier standing right next to Alexander. He wasn't removed from the pitch. Two-die block in the left wide zone. Gets a knockdown. Two-die blocking against Jones, the number 12 zombie lineman at mid-pitch. Got a pal here. Really wants at 9+. Hey! And he got it. First death of the evening. Well done. And during the replay, you got a removal on the zombie as well. KO on the mummy, rather. KO on the mummy. Oh, is it? That's unfortunate. Hey, you know what? I should have known it was a bug because there was no like noise to it. Great turn there for Nuffle to see here. Unfortunately, they're down 2 touchdowns with not a lot of hope coming back here. Oh, good call, good call. I'm so used to Blood Bowl 2. Like the dedicated regen animation. Dead Poets with 2 rerolls remaining. They're repositioning. They take a 1-die block against that number 6 Journeyman. They'll get a push here. Yeah, every player on an undead team has regen except for those ghouls. That means if they suffer a casualty, they roll a d6 on a 4+. It's not a casualty. They're cool. Mummy Blitz on the ball carrier. Failed the rush. He'll spend the reroll. 2-die Blitz. Let's see where this ball scatters. Boy, oh boy. More SPP for this mummy. That ball's gonna bounce over on the right sideline. Failed the rush, spent the reroll. Gets the knockdown here on the ball carrier. And gets a casualty out of it. Well done. Well done. So S. Beaver setting up to try to get a 3rd touchdown. Two-die block here in turn 14. Has to take the push result. He doesn't have the block skill himself. Old Gamer Mike says lots of down players this quarter. Yeah. Yeah, indeed there are. 1-man player advantage currently for the Dead Poets. 2 bashy teams. Lots of Mighty Blow. Claw as well. Breaks armor against the white. It's a stun. I'm terrified to look at the SPP counts at the end of the game. So I'm playing an undead team too, and S. Beaver has done a much better job gaining the SPP than I have. I feel quite behind. Oh, Glyphus, by this point you should know you're gonna fail the rush. You should know by now. BB9 asks, so when's the next season start? We have week 6, the semis and the final, a few weeks off. Yeah, there'll be it's usually like a week. And just to be clear, it's the next competition. It'll still be part of the same season, but because of the way the season's structured, you can jump in in that competition, and you won't be behind. Like you still have a good shot, like a nice normal good shot at making the Blood Bowl. Yeah, so it'll be this week, week 6, the semis, the final. Scatters the ball off the pitch. Ball gets thrown back in. All right. The crowd wants to see Nuffle to see here score. Gets thrown in on the Dead Poets 22-yard line. Yeah, there'll be the final. Then it's usually like a week off, and then we'll start registration for the Spike Magazine trophy. 2-die Blitz with the number 7 Ghoul. Gets the knockdown here. And it's going to move back toward this ball, I wager. Or down pitch. I guess that's an option as well. But if you want to score, you've got some ground to cover. Alright. Gonna send this player all the way back. Doesn't want to rush. You scaredy cat. You chicken. 3+ on the pickup here. Good pickup by Cobain, the blitzer. Still has a point of movement left at the blitzer. Point of movement forward could make that a quick pass. Into bonus time once more. The Dead Poet's down to 1:02. He moves back in space. He says, come get me. Come get me, bro. Nuffle to see here. Oh, Clypheus. Clypheus. Murder him. Murder him. Nuffle to see here. Still playing this ball game. They're trying to get back on this ball. If they want to score at all, they've got to be in scoring position at the end of the turn. That's number 10. Keratitis is 6, right? Yeah, 6. So Keratitis is out of scoring position. So currently number 10 is the only one in scoring position. Good knockdown on Hendricks. Go for that foul. Go for that foul. Take him out. Take him out. Be a hero to the rest of the league. 35 seconds left in turn 15. Two-die block, two-die blitz at the line. Gets a push out of this. He will not follow up. Now he's going to move Myopia. Yeah, he has a lot of time. He's got 5 minutes, 9 seconds on the clock in bonus time. Two-die block in the left wide zone. Gets a pal against McKernan. Looking for some SVP. Can't get it. Final turn of this ball game. The Dead Poets looks like they're going to win this one 2-0. Let's see what happens in this final turn. Both teams with a turn left. Turn 16 for both coaches. Pick the ball up with the number 5 blitzer, Cobain. Probably looking to get a point of SPP on that blitzer. Bootball says, foul with the mummy. I mean, it's turn 16. If you're going to foul, may as well foul now. Get a player off the pitch, keep him safe. Goes for the handoff. Why the handoff? Does he want the SPP on Joplin? Hands off to the number 7 Ghoul runner. Oh, okay. He just wants to get the ball carrier in on a foul. 2 fouls brought that down to an AV of 7+, but couldn't roll it. Final turn of this game, turn 16. Back to Nuffle to see here now. They're gonna lose this one 0-2, but it was a fun one to watch. What was that? You just want to say, you see this ball? It's my ball. It's my ball. You don't touch this ball. You don't even think about this ball. This is my ball. One minute, 20 seconds left in this game. Nothing to see here. Really nothing to do except try to gain some SPP and maybe think about your prayers to Nuffle. Takes a 2-die against Hendricks, gets a push. Takes a mark on Morrison. Probably gonna blitz Morrison. No, it's gonna blitz the ghoul. Needed a pal. That's the only thing that's gonna knock that ghoul down. Didn't get it. So he brought Myopia in to negate the assist with Morrison. Took the 2-9 Joplin. It didn't work out, and that's the end of this game. The Dead Poets with their first win this. Oh, I love the thriller dance. This competition. Well done and well played, really. Oh man, let's rip the Band-Aid off. All right, SPP for the. Oh, it's not. I mean, it's a lot, but not as much as I thought. 16 SPP for the Dead Poets, 2 for Nuffle to see here. Oh. And with that, the Dead Poets do indeed advance into 10th place. They are now 1-1-3. Again, congratulations to S Beaver. Just killed it. Just played a phenomenal game tonight, and really well deserved. Wait! Hendrix got MVP? Stop putting SVP on the ghouls! Nuffle, why? All right, coming up next is going to be, so we have a game on Sunday, but it's going to be unaired. This Monday, we have not just one game, not just 2 games, but 3 live games this Monday, a triple header starting Monday, February 12th at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's UTC -5. That's going to be Nevagana versus Cenozoic Park, Chime versus Nick Satan, Orcs versus Lizards. That will be followed up at 9 o'clock by Stairway to Nuffle versus Juxtaposed Juggernauts, El Marino versus War Horsemen, Underworld Denizens versus Chaos Renegades, and then at 10 o'clock tomorrow, Monday night, we're going to have the White Skull Windbreakers versus the Real American Heroes, Doug the Minotaur versus Dead Fred, Doug the Minotaur league champion, his team, Orcs versus Dark Elves. That'll be in the triple header this Monday. Boy, that last game that's unscheduled, that will not be aired either. Well, I'm glad, BB Nut. I'm glad it. Old Gamer Mike says 30 minutes is time for a game. No, it's really like 90 minutes. So we'll probably catch each game in progress. Like there'll be a few turns into each game, but it's about 90 minutes. But it really depends. If neither coach goes into like bonus time, and if there's a ton of removals, I mean, it can be an hour. It can go by real fast. But yeah, after the triple header on Monday, that'll do it for week 5. After that, week 6 will start to be scheduled. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to those schedules on our website at maml.club. That's MAML.CLUB here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl, man. Play Blood Bowl. Where else can you have a football team of mummies and ghouls and zombies that punch Beastmen in the face? You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation and Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. Until this Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening.